There comes a moment in life when the walls of your own home feel both comforting and, at the same time, quietly dangerous. It's not something we think about in our younger years, how a single misplaced rug or a staircase without a railing could suddenly feel like a mountain to climb. But as we grow older, our bodies whisper reminders. The legs don't hold balance the way they used to. The eyes catch shadows instead of clear outlines. The reaction time when we stumble isn't what it once was. This isn't failure. This is simply the body speaking its truth, asking for gentler surroundings. And the good news is, there are ways to listen and respond without draining your energy or your wallet. Many people are surprised to learn that local programs, community services, even healthcare providers often cover simple home adjustments that make a world of difference. I'm not talking about luxury renovations, just small targeted changes like installing grab bars near the shower, a sturdy railing by the front steps, or better lighting in the hallway. These aren't indulgences, they are lifelines, preventing falls and injuries that can take months to recover from. A doctor once explained it to me like this. As we age, the nervous system slows down its signals, like an old phone line with a slight delay. A stumble that you might have corrected in your 40s could lead to a fall in your 70s simply because the body doesn't send the catch yourself message as quickly. That's not weakness, it's biology. And if biology shifts, the environment has to shift too. Think about your own space for a moment. Do you have a favorite chair in the living room that you rise from a little more slowly these days? Is there a part of your home you avoid at night because the lighting feels uncertain? These are not inconveniences you have to tolerate. They are signals inviting you to take action. The changes can be easier than you imagine. In many cities, councils and senior centers have funds allocated exactly for this purpose. Some charities and health insurance providers will even send professionals to install railings, ramps, or bathroom supports at little to no cost. All it takes is a phone call to your local council office or asking your doctor to refer you to a fall prevention program. You don't need to do everything at once. Start with one step. Choose the spot in your home that feels the least safe and ask what resources exist to make it better. Sometimes safety is as simple as replacing one light bulb or removing one slippery rug. The small adjustments create peace of mind, and peace of mind is worth more than any renovation. Aging doesn't mean giving up independence, it means caring enough about yourself to keep it. Isn't it interesting how the house we once built for our younger selves needs to be reshaped gently to fit the body we live in now? There is a quiet wisdom in that. Just as the seasons change, so must our surroundings adapt to the season we are in.
When we honor those changes, we discover that our homes can remain places of freedom, not fear. There is a certain freedom in being able to decide when you want to step outside, visit a friend, or simply feel the air of a new place on your face. But when driving becomes harder, especially at night or in unfamiliar neighborhoods, that freedom can quietly shrink. You may notice yourself hesitating, saying, "Maybe tomorrow," or avoiding invitations because you don't want to trouble others for a ride. It's a tender place to be, and you are not alone in feeling it. Helen, a woman of 74, once told me how she gave up night driving after a scare on a rainy evening. For a while, she felt trapped, as though her independence had been taken away overnight. Friends lived only a few miles away, but in her mind, those miles turned into walls. Then one day, a neighbor mentioned that the local community center offered a shuttle service for seniors, completely free. Later, she discovered discounted ride programs supported by her insurance. What touched me most was how she described the first time she used that shuttle. "I felt like a girl again, stepping out into the world with nothing holding me back." That small piece of information shifted her daily life from isolation to connection. This is one of those quiet benefits people rarely talk about. Many towns and cities have special transportation services for older adults, sometimes funded by local councils, sometimes by healthcare programs, sometimes by nonprofits. These services may not always well advertised, but they exist, waiting for you to discover them. If you're unsure where to start, begin simply. Ask at your doctor's office, call your local council, or speak with a nearby senior center. You might be surprised by what's already available in your area. Think gently about your own habits. Are there places you've stopped visiting, not because you don't want to go, but because getting there feels complicated? Do you find yourself turning down invitations with an excuse when the real reason is transport? These questions are not meant to push you. They are invitations to notice where life might feel smaller than it needs to be. The truth is, transportation is not just about getting from point A to point B. It is about connection, about staying part of the world around you. When movement becomes limited, isolation can creep in quietly. But when you restore the ability to move freely, even with assistance, you restore a piece of your spirit as well. If Helen's story resonates with you, let it be a reminder that solutions are often closer than they seem. Don't be afraid to ask. You are not a burden. These services exist because your presence in the community matters. And if you find stories like Helen's helpful, make sure to subscribe. It's a way to keep gentle guidance coming to you so that each week you discover another thread of support you might not have known was there.
Remember, independence doesn't vanish with age. It simply changes its form. Sometimes it looks like a set of car keys, and sometimes it looks like a friendly driver who makes sure you get home safely. What matters is that you keep moving toward the life you deserve, one where freedom is defined not by what you can do alone, but by what you allow yourself to receive. Sometimes we forget that the walls we live within, the very home that once felt like a sanctuary, can slowly turn into a place of small, hidden challenges. A staircase that was once climbed with ease becomes something you think twice about. The bathroom, once just another room, may begin to feel like a slippery obstacle course. These changes are not failures on your part. They are simply the natural results of a body that has carried you through decades, a body now asking for a gentler environment. Doctors often explain this in very simple terms. As we age, our reflexes slow, our vision adapts more slowly to light changes, and our balance shifts because the inner ear and muscles don't respond as quickly as they once did. Imagine it like a finely tuned orchestra that now plays at a softer tempo. It doesn't mean the music has lost its beauty. It just means it needs a little more support, a little more attention to harmony. This is where hidden benefits often come in. Many communities, insurance providers, and even charitable programs quietly offer assistance for home modifications. Things like grab bars, ramps, improved lighting, or even fall prevention mats can sometimes be installed at no cost to you. It may sound simple, almost too simple, but these adjustments can dramatically reduce the risk of falls, the very falls that often send older adults into hospitals for weeks or even months. The body's ability to heal is still present, but it takes longer now, and prevention becomes more important than ever. Have you noticed yourself avoiding a particular room in the evening because the light feels dim? Do you catch yourself holding onto furniture as you walk, creating your own path of safety through your living space? These are gentle signs your body is giving you, signals that it might be time to adapt the home to suit the season of life you're in. And you don't need to feel embarrassed about it. There is dignity in saying, I deserve a safer, more comfortable environment. Practical steps can begin with a simple conversation. Call your local council office or senior services center and ask if they have a fall prevention or home safety program. Mention it to your doctor during your next visit. Many clinics keep lists of resources that patients rarely know exist. Even your health insurance provider may cover part of the cost of home adjustments if they are prescribed as a safety measure. And remember, you don't have to do everything at once. Begin with the place that makes you feel most uneasy, whether it's the bathroom, the entryway, or a hallway at night. A single improvement can create a sense of relief and control that spreads to the rest of your day. The truth is, safety at home is not just about preventing accidents. It is about preserving independence, about ensuring that you feel free to move around without fear. That freedom nourishes your confidence and allows you to focus your energy on the things you love, reading, gardening, connecting with friends, instead of quietly worrying about what might happen if you slip. Growing older doesn't mean surrendering comfort. It means becoming wiser about the ways we care for ourselves and recognizing that even the smallest change can carry profound peace. When you look at your home with new eyes, you may discover that what you once saw as an obstacle is really just an invitation to make life smoother, safer, and kinder to the person you are today. There is a kind of silence that weighs more heavily than any noise. It's the silence that comes when days stretch on without conversation, when the phone doesn't ring, when you feel like your voice isn't needed. Many older adults live with this silence, though they rarely speak of it. The truth is, emotional health is just as vital as physical health, yet it is often overlooked. What many don't realize is that there are benefits available, support groups, counseling sessions, even regular phone check-ins that exist to ease that weight. They may be free or nearly free, but because they are not widely talked about, too many people miss them. Reaching out for emotional support can feel intimidating, but it can also be one of the most healing choices you make. Sometimes it helps to know where to start, so let me guide you through a few gentle steps. First, the next time you visit your doctor, simply ask about behavioral health services. Doctors often have a list of covered counseling programs, some of which may even be done by phone or video call if leaving the house feels like too much. Second, pick up the phone and call your local senior center or community hotline. Ask if they run group sessions or companionship programs. Many communities have volunteers who check in weekly with older adults just to chat. Third, give yourself permission to try just once. You don't need to commit to a lifetime of group meetings or weekly therapy. Start with a single conversation and see how it feels. Sometimes even one session can lift a weight you didn't realize you were carrying. Loneliness does not mean something is wrong with you. It means you are human. And humans at any age thrive when we are seen, heard, and cared for. Imagine, just for a moment, how it might feel to have a safe space where you can share memories, worries, or even laughter with others who understand. What would it change for you if once a week you knew someone would call, not because they had to, but because they wanted to hear your voice? These programs exist quietly in the background, like open doors waiting for you to step through.
Sometimes the hardest part is admitting you want that door to open. Aging brings with it many changes, some in the body, some in the heart. The body may move more slowly, but the need for warmth, connection, and understanding never slows down. It is an unchanging truth of being alive. When you give yourself permission to receive emotional support, you are not being weak, you are being wise. You are choosing to nurture the most tender part of yourself. And wisdom, after all, is what growing older is meant to teach us. One of the most common beliefs I hear from people in their later years is this: if I didn't apply years ago, it's too late now. It sounds logical, doesn't it? Almost like a train that left the station long ago and you simply missed it. But this is a myth, and it quietly keeps many older adults from receiving support that is still available to them. The truth is, financial relief tied to disability or age isn't always limited to pensions or early applications. There are programs designed to ease the weight at any stage of life. Think about tax credits for medical expenses, utility discounts for households with certain health conditions, or prescription savings that can dramatically lower monthly costs. These are not rare gifts handed to a lucky few. They are practical supports that exist because society recognizes that later life brings its own unique challenges. And yet, they are often hidden in plain sight, tucked away in paperwork most people don't know how to approach. I once spoke with Robert, a 78-year-old retired teacher, who believed for years that he had no benefits left to claim. His pension was modest, and he assumed nothing more could be done. But one afternoon, his daughter helped him call their local council office. Within weeks, he was enrolled in a utility support program that cut his monthly energy bill nearly in half. When he told me this, he shook his head with a mix of relief and regret. "I could have been saving this money for years," he said, "but I thought it wasn't for people like me." How many of us carry similar assumptions? Do you sometimes catch yourself thinking, "I've managed this long, I don't need to ask for help now," or "Others probably need it more than I do"? These quiet thoughts can be barriers, keeping you from receiving what is rightfully yours. Practical steps forward don't have to be overwhelming. Start by asking a simple question. What benefits exist for older adults with health conditions in my area? You might begin with your doctor, who can often point you toward programs for prescription savings or mobility support. Or call your local tax office to ask about senior credits. Even utility companies themselves often have departments dedicated to helping older customers. Each small phone call can uncover something that lightens your financial load. And with each discovery, you gain more freedom, not just in money saved, but in the peace of knowing you are cared for.
Aging, after all, is not about doing without. It is about allowing yourself to live with dignity, comfort, and ease. There is no shame in receiving help that was created for you. In fact, it honors the years you've given, the work you've done, and the wisdom you've gathered. Support does not make you less independent. It makes your independence last longer. If even one of these possibilities feels new to you, let it be a gentle nudge to explore further. And if this opened your eyes to even one hidden benefit, I would love for you to subscribe so that we can continue walking this path together. Tell me in the comments, which of these unexpected supports surprised you the most, and which one do you think could make the biggest difference in your life right now?